Welcome to the Last Mile Profits videocast, the last word on the last mile. We've come across an extreme case of wasteful packaging. Marek and I look at this deeper after this message. Modern Expo provides an integral ecosystem of screen-operated lockers, screenless autonomous solutions, refrigerated lockers, and even personal parcel lockers, powered by an in-house developed software. Well, Marek, I don't know about you, but I like watching unboxing videos on Facebook. And here's another good example that we're going to show you from a company, Decathlon. One of our contacts in Krakow bought something from there. And, well, as you can see, the result is somewhat bizarre. I can't understand that businesses are still doing it like this.
It's Peter. It's absolutely incredible. Hello, Peter. Hello, everyone. It's unbelievable. And you know what? Comes back again and again. And to be fair to Decathlon, I mean, this is a pretty bad case, but I've actually seen from several other e-commerce players similar scenarios. You get something the size of a matchbox in a huge outer box like this. But I think, what's important, Peter, is, why on earth is this allowed to happen? There must be some really bad internal process. Or if you're interested, I can actually tell you a little bit one of the reasons why it happens, because I just remembered that we had something which was, I think it was called the Fulfillment University at Amazon. So you went through every process in an Amazon fulfillment warehouse. And there is one reason I know of that in one case, I remember there was just a lack of a certain size of box. So we did put it in slightly bigger boxes, but it was nothing, of course, like this. So that can be one reason. But honestly, Peter, I think the big reason is number one, no education of people that, hey, this is crazy.
It's a ridiculous scenario. You're shipping air, and that costs money, So the business itself is going to be losing out by the actual number of consignments it can make on a particular load, and that runs all the way through to the last mile, which is ridiculous. But
you know what,
today.
Peter? Not necessarily. And this is the crazy thing. Quite often, big players like Decathlon will have a fixed price up to a certain weight. So from their perspective, it doesn't really matter. And I think this is, we can. Let's maybe move on to what we can do to avoid it, because we've seen it. It was horrendous. But I think that the way to deal with it is, number one, have processes that stop that make sure you don't have people packing a small item. And in this particular case, I don't know if you noticed, Peter, it wasn't only that the item was small, but it was not an item that could easily be damaged. It could have gone into a small bubble pack. It really didn't need to be there. So I think it's about educating the people who are doing the packing, making sure they have the right sized boxes. I don't know if you've ever seen them, Peter, but you actually can now get machines that create a box which is exactly the right size for the item being shipped. The only problem is they're really expensive.
They are. I've been to a couple of trade fairs in Germany recently, and this sort of technology is starting to creep in a lot more. I think people are wearing their sustainability hat. They see that it's crazy sending fresh air to customers, but also there's a cost there. It's just ridiculous. So the amount of the volume of material you're using to pack something that small. As you say, a small envelope versus a large box. There's the actual material cost as well to take into consideration.
You're absolutely right. And it's not just the material cost, it's also the ecological factors that you've got this huge carton that you then basically dump, hopefully recycle, but I'm not sure that's always the case. But then you've got, the second part. So the first part, I think, is this educating the warehouse staff who are packing. The second one actually, or I do three now, think about it. Second one is the consignee should complain, should say, look, and videos like this are really good, should say, look, why on earth are you doing this? I've never asked for it. It's crazy. By the way, it also means that in countries like the UK, where letterboxing is quite typical, this thing wouldn't fit in a letterbox. Yep. But then the final thing, and this is, I think, really the carriers have a bit of a responsibility. They should start charging for volumetrics. Some of them do, but not all of them. And then, people that do this sort of thing will actually start paying. Because if you don't pay, you don't feel the pain. Well, so you send a box as big as you can because you can.
Yeah, there's no incentive, then there's no punishment, and I agree with you totally. And I'd be very interested to hear from our viewers what their experiences are, and maybe post some photos or videos on the in the comments box below. I'm not sure whether there's something you've experienced yourself, Marek, in terms of these grossly overpackaged items.
Yeah, I think we've all experienced it. But what would be really cool, Peter, I think if people could give us some examples. Actually, this could be really good. We could do a last mile profits competition. Who can show the most ridiculous box? Because we once did something like this on lockers. Who could show the longest locker? That was a quite positive thing. But here, let's have a look. Let's name and shame. Let's see who is shipping these ridiculously small items in large boxes. We can post it on LinkedIn and other places as well. And I think it'll be very interesting to see. And then we could have a follow-up video cast and we can discuss some of the things that people have sent in.
That sounds like a great idea. So looking forward to hearing all your comments. Thank you for joining us. Thank you, Marek. See you in the next one. Thank you for watching the Last Mile Profits video. For more free analysis of the last mile, please like, follow and subscribe below to ensure you are notified every time we upload new content.